On a Northstar Arrow-U, the 7-blade trailer connector splice point is behind the fire extinguisher, so you have to take out the 6 little Phillips head screws or whatever holding that in to get to that splice point. So that's what I'm going to do. And you can see here the switch. This is a simple DC rated, I believe this one is a 30 amp disconnect switch. On is the normal position, which allows you to be connected, or allows the RV to be connected to your truck's DC system through the 7-blade RV connector on the bumper of your truck. Rather than climb under the vehicle, especially if it's rainy or muddy, all you have to do is flip this off, and now you're disconnected as far as the 12 volts go. If you ever forget this switch, it's not a big problem because all of your lights and your turn signals still work with the auxiliary 12 volt switch in the off position. The other feature this has is if you wanted to lock it out, you can by taking that off, and now theoretically no one can tamper with that. It's a pretty useless feature, but it's like removing the key. Okay, the screws have been removed from the fire extinguisher box, and when I lift it out you'll be able to see where the main splice point is for the 7-blade RV style trailer connector in the Northstar Arrow-U, or at least in mine. I don't know what's in yours. It just comes right out, and then if you look in there you can see the splice point, and tucked in there are some wire nuts that hold everything together, and up here is the switch. You can reach up in there and access the pigtails hanging down from the switch, and it's just a matter of doing a splice. I believe it's the black wire. I'll show you a picture of a trailer connector shortly. In the video I mentioned that switch was 30 amp. I believe it's actually 50. You can get them on Amazon.com. Just put in there DC switch 50 amp. And they come in all different currents. You're not going to need a big one. 50 amp is more than enough because the fuse on that particular line in your truck's fuse box is probably at most a 20 amp. So a 50 amp DC switch is plenty. And there you see a picture of a typical 7-blade RV style connector and the wires coming out the back, and then a picture of the color code, and then finally there's a picture of the actual jack. And what you want is the black wire. So when you find the splice point in your truck camper where that cable comes in, you want to take the black wire and take the wire nut off or cut it open so it's disconnected from the rest of your camper. And then you want to put the switch in series with that wire so you can turn off the 12 volts going to your camper without having to climb underneath the camper and actually remove the 7-way round RV plug. If you're not real comfortable doing your own electrical work on your RV, you could probably buy that switch, that 50 amp switch, for about $15, $20 off Amazon, and then go to your local RV dealer and explain to them what you want to do. I know a place like Truck Camper Warehouse in New Hampshire would probably have no problem installing that for you in a couple hours for a reasonable fee. Or perhaps Rex will fly out to your location and put it in for you, but that might get a little expensive. Anyway, that's the video. Good luck.